Hey folks, how's everything going? Welcome back to Mr. Herring's 5th grade math lessons, the online videos. Today, February 10th, 2020, we are continuing our unit on geometry. Today we'll be focusing on triangles, all right? So hopefully you have the notes that you have taken from the front table, you've glued them into your journal, you've made an entry for your table of contents, and you have your journal readily available for you so that you can, readily available to you, so that you can use it during this presentation or video. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So triangles. So today's objective, I can identify a triangle by two attributes, the measure of the length of its sides and its angles. And the question I'm going to ask myself today is, how do I label a triangle? So there's two ways to label a triangle. Well, first of all, where do we use triangles and why? If you look here, we use them in building a porch or in bridges, in a roof structure. A sailboat has triangles. Playground equipment has triangles, and even the Egyptians used triangles for their pyramids. The reason for that is triangles are one of the most strongest shapes, right? They're very easy, simple, but they're very strong, right? So how can we classify these triangles? Can I classify triangles based on their color? No, absolutely not. Color has nothing to do with how I classify or categorize a triangle. There are, however, two distinct properties we use when we classify or categorize triangles. The first one is by its angles. Now, before we get started in class, you should have, or I'd ask you to, go ahead and underline this top sentence here. All angles inside of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. That means if I take the measurement of all three of the interior angles and I add them together, the sum will equal 180 degrees. If it does not equal 180 degrees, then something is wrong, okay? All right, so 180 degrees. So I like to say it this. If I name a triangle by its angle, a triangle, just like most of us, have a first name and a last name. The first name is by its angle. So its first name is by its angle. So here we have three types of angles. We have an obtuse triangle, which measures over 90 degrees. If any angle measures more than 90 degrees, that is an obtuse angle. If a triangle has at least one obtuse angle, then the whole triangle is called an obtuse triangle. All right, I think I'm gonna go back to the highlighter here. Okay. The next angle we have is a right triangle. A right triangle is a triangle that has one angle in it that measures exactly 90 degrees. All right, if it measures exactly 90 degrees, that's a right angle, usually identified by that little symbol there, and that makes the whole triangle a right triangle. So its first name would be a right triangle. And last, we have an acute triangle. An acute triangle has all acute angles. That means every angle in that triangle is less than 90 degrees. So the triangle's first name, we name it by its angle. Okay, so the angle is its first name. Its second name, we name it by the length of its sides. So a triangle can have equilateral. It can be equilateral. That means all three sides have the same measurement. And sometimes we signify this by putting the lines. Or it could have two sides are equal. That makes an isosceles triangle. Two sides are equal, and we signify that by putting the symbols like that. Notice that this one down the bottom here does not have any lines on it. These two are the same. And last, we have a scaling triangle. And a scaling triangle tells me that all three sides are different lengths. Okay? And I've seen it done a couple of ways. Sometimes on an assessment, they'll put one line, two lines, and three lines to show all three of them different. Or sometimes they'll leave it just blank like it was before. And this is a triangle's last name. And that is its sides. So we have angle, comma, and its sides. All right? And that's how we classify angles or triangles, guys. It's really simple.